Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we're checking out a video titled The World Cup Explained for Beginners. I'm a beginner. I don't know the World Cup. It's happening right now in the United States, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Any information about the World Cup you want to share in the comment section down below, let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna lean towards a European country or South American, Brazil, potentially, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know what the teams are like. Okay, I don't know. Argentina, France. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's jump right into this video. Shout out to the Football Explained YouTube channel. Link will be in the description for the original video, so you guys can check them out. But yeah, without further ado, let's check it out.
What is the World Cup? The World Cup is the biggest international football tournament in the world. Unlike club football, where teams like Real Madrid, Manchester United, Arsenal or Barcelona compete, the World Cup is all about countries. Instead of supporting a club, fans are watching national teams like Brazil, Argentina, England, France, and many others compete to become world champions. The tournament is organized by FIFA and usually takes place every 4 years. That is part of what makes it feel so special. You do not get a World Cup every season, you get one every 4 years. So every tournament feels like a major global event. At its simplest, the World Cup is football's way of answering one question: which country has the best national team in the world? Why does the World Cup matter? The World Cup matters because it is bigger than just another football tournament. For many countries, it becomes a national event. People who do not normally watch football suddenly tune in. Families, friends, cities, and entire nations follow their team together. Because when your country plays, it feels personal. It also matters because players are not representing a club team that they play for every season. They're representing where they come from. That creates a different type of pressure. A mistake can hurt an entire nation, but a great performance can make a player a national hero forever. And because the World Cup only happens every 4 years, chances are limited. A great generation of players might only get 1 or 2 real opportunities to win it. That is why every match feels important, and why winning the World Cup is seen as one of the biggest achievements in football or a player's career. Who gets to play in the World Cup? Not every country automatically gets to play in the World Cup.
Why?
Before the tournament begins, countries have to qualify through their own region. Europe has its own process, South America has its own, and Africa, Asia, North America and Oceania all have their own routes too. The host nations qualify automatically. For everyone else, it has to be earned. For new fans, the easiest way to follow the teams is to think of it in 4 categories. The favourites, nations with the squads and experience to go all the way. France, Brazil, Argentina, England, Spain, Germany and Portugal are usually the suspects. The dark horses, they're the teams that could surprise everyone. Norway are a compelling example this year, qualifying for their first World Cup in decades with Erling Haaland leading their attack. The underdogs are nations who very few expect to go far, but who create the tournament's best stories. In 2022, Morocco reached a semi-final and Japan beat both Germany and Spain in the group stages. Nobody saw either coming. And the star players, the individuals who can change a game in one moment. Watch out for Mbappe, Harry Kane, Vinicius Jr., Messi, Ronaldo and Lamine Yamal if he recovers from injury in time. So when watching for the first time, don't just ask who is playing, ask which category they fall into. How qualification works. Qualification is basically the road to the World Cup. Instead, countries compete within their own football region, also known as a confederation. There are 6 main confederations. UEFA is Europe, CONMEBOL is South America, CAF is Africa, AFC is Asia, CONCACAF is North America, Central America and the Caribbean, and OFC is Oceania. Each region gets a certain number of World Cup places, and within each region, countries play a series of matches against each other over a month of World Cup places.
Damn, Europe gets the most. Shit.
And within each region, countries play a series of matches against each other over months or even years. The top finishers earn their place in the World Cup, so qualification can look very different depending on where a country is from. For some major nations, qualifying is expected. For others, simply reaching the World Cup is a historic achievement. And for the 2026 World Cup, this matters even more because the tournament has expanded from 32 teams initially to 48 teams, meaning more countries than ever will get the chance to play on the biggest stage in football. How the World Cup draw works. Once the teams have qualified, they are placed into the World Cup draw. The draw is where the tournament starts to take shape. It decides which team go into which groups, and who each country will face in the first stage of the competition. Teams are usually separated into different pots before the draw. These pots are mainly used to stop all the strongest teams being placed together straight away. So instead of having one group full of elite teams and another group full of weaker teams, the draws try to spread them out more evenly. But even with that system, some groups can still end up much harder than others. That is where the phrase group of death comes in. It usually means a group with several strong teams, where even a good side could be knocked out early. So the World Cup draw does not decide who wins the tournament, but it can make a country's path much easier or much harder. The group stage explained. The group stage is the first part of the World Cup. After the draw, teams are placed into groups of 4. Each team plays the other 3 teams in the group, giving every side 3 matches to prove themselves. The aim is to collect enough points to finish high enough in the table and reach the knockout stage. In the 2026 World Cup, the top 2 teams from each group advance automatically. On top of that, the 8 best third place finishers from across all groups also go through. So finishing third is not automatically the end, but it is a risk. This part of the tournament gives teams a little bit room for error. One bad result does not always end your World Cup, but it can also put you under serious pressure. For example, if a team wins its first match, they're usually in a strong position. But if a team loses their first match, their next game can suddenly feel like a must-win game. The group stage is where the tournament starts to build drama. Some favourites qualify comfortably, some big teams struggle, and sometimes smaller nations shock everyone. Points, goal differences, and tiebreakers. In the group stage, teams are ranked using points. A win gives you 3 points, a draw gives you 1 point, and the loss gives you 0 points. So if a team wins 1 match, draws 1 match, and loses 1 match, they finish with 4 points. But sometimes 2 or more teams can finish level on points. When that happens, the tournament needs tiebreakers to decide who finishes higher. The main one is usually goal difference. This means the number of goals a team has scored minus the number of goals they've conceded. So if a team scored 5 goals and concedes 2, their goal difference is plus 3. But if they score 2 and concede 5, their goal difference is minus 3. This is why every goal matters in the World Cup. A late goal in a group stage match might not just change that game, it could decide who qualifies and who goes home. The knockout stage. After the group stage, the World Cup moves into the knockout stage. This is where the tournament becomes much more brutal. In the group stage, a team can lose a match and still recover. But in the knockout stage, there are no second chances. If you win, you move on. If you lose, your World Cup is over. The knockout stage follows a clear path. The last 32 starts the process, and the last 16, then the quarterfinals, then the semi-finals, and finally, the final itself. With every round, the field gets smaller and the stakes get higher. Although not literally, the field does not literally get smaller, which just means there's less teams. There is also a third place playoff, where the 2 losing semi-finalists play one final match to decide who finishes third in the tournament. But it is the final where everything comes together. The last 2 teams left compete to become world champions in front of a global audience of billions. This is also where pressure becomes much higher. Teams often play more carefully because one mistake, one red card, one missed chance, or one penalty shootout can send them home. So if the group stage is about surviving, the knockout stage is about handling pressure when everything is on the line. Extra time, penalties, and the final. In the group stage, matches can end in a draw, but in the knockout stage, every match needs a winner. So if a knockout game is level after 90 minutes, it goes to extra time. Extra time, as we've explained in previous videos, is 30 more minutes of football, split into 2 halves of 15 minutes. If one team is winning after extra time, they go through. But if the match is still level after extra time, it goes to a penalty shootout. In a penalty shootout, each team takes turns sending individual players to take a shot from the penalty spot, one-on-one against the goalkeeper. Each side starts with 5 attempts. The team that scores the most wins. If it is still level after 5 each, it continues 1 penalty at a time until one team misses and the other team scores. This is one of the most dramatic moments in football, and it was also how the World Cup ended in 2022. Entire tournaments can come down to one player, one shot, and one goalkeeper guessing the right way. Eventually, the knockout stage leads to the final, the last match of the tournament, where the last 2 teams standing compete in front of a global audience of billions. The winner lifts the World Cup and becomes world champion. And that is the basic structure of the World Cup. However, if you want to take it further and get a proper grounding in football itself, I've put together the Football Explained Beginner Starter Pack. It covers the rules, positions, tactics, and trophies, and it gets you from beginner to understanding football in 60 minutes or less. The link is in the description. If this video helped, like, subscribe, and check out the next video on the screen.
Yeah, bro, this video is pretty cool, man. Shout out to you, man. That video was pretty cool. Football Explained. Shout out to that YouTube channel. This was pretty simple. World Cup is not actually not that complicated. You just go boom, 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 boom. Teams make it up there, and then they fight for it. In the group stage, 4 teams, and 2 teams make it out, and it just keeps going like that until you're at the finals. Pretty interesting, man. I don't know, but basically the whole soccer ideology, or not ideology, but like football, I've always thought to myself, Messi is the guy that I like because my dad, he's a big football soccer fan. I'm not, right? That's why I don't know anything about it. But basically, he likes Messi, and it's my dad, so shit, I like Messi too, right? So I guess I'll be rooting for Argentina maybe in the World Cup. I don't know, but yeah, I think so. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in another one. I'm out of here. Peace.